Now, yesterday, like I was discussing about in general, like what is a cash book and what is also a passbook, right? And how the balances will be shown either in the cash book or in the passbook, right? So today, now let us start with the introduction of the bank reconciliation statement. So here I'm going to share the screen. Yeah. Can you all see the slide here?
Yes, ma'am.
One second. I just want to keep the. Yes. As you can see here on the screen, the topic to be discussed for today's class is bank reconciliation statement, right? So as you have very well understood, the preparation of the three-column cash book, wherein we are going to maintain a discount column, the cash column, as well as the bank column, wherein the cash column takes care of recording of all the cash transactions, okay, which are arising in the business. Therefore the bank column takes care of recording all the bank transactions which are arising in the business, that is towards receiving of the checks or the issuing of the checks, right? So that means in general, instead of preparing a separate cash account and a separate bank account, we integrate both the accounts together, and in common we prepare a three-column cash book, right? So when we talk about this bank reconciliation statement here, so let's see what exactly means by the bank reconciliation statement, right? So it is a statement prepared on a particular date. So this is very very important, because you're not going to prepare the BRS as and when, okay, I mean you are willing, or you are desiring, but it is being prepared always on a particular date to reconcile, okay, the balance of cash book with the balance as per the passbook, and to know the exact balance with the bank. So the main reason of preparing the bank reconciliation statement over here is we are going to reconcile the balances, in the sense what we are going to compare the balances of the cash book with the passbook. So as I said, cash book will be maintained by the business and the passbook will be maintained by the banker, and here the banker is going to take the responsibility to record all the transactions of his bank in the passbook, right? So at a given point of time, or at a given date, okay, it so happens that the balances in these two books does not appear to be the same, because now for example, if you are preparing a three-column cash book, okay, according to the three-column cash book, you show the closing balance as at the bank, right? Now for example, the closing balance which you are, okay, showing in the three-column cash book is some 10,000 rupees, but when you actually look into your passbook, right, the bank statement, okay, if I have to say, okay, the balance which is been showing there is some 15,000 rupees. That means there is a difference in the cash book balance and there is a difference in the passbook balance. Now please bear in your mind that when I say cash book balance, means we are talking about purely the bank balance. We are talking about the bank column balance of the cash book, right? So at a given point of time, these books balances does not appear to be the same. So there could be some reasons, right, why the balances are having a difference, right? So that is how you need to find out the reasons for the differences in the balances, and by taking the help of these reasons, we are going to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So the main purpose of preparing the bank reconciliation statement over here is to find out the actual balance at the bank. Now why we need to know the actual balance at the bank? Because as a business, right, it becomes your responsibility to prepare the financial statements at the end of the year. So when we are preparing the financial statements at the end of the year, we have to come up with the trading account, right? The profit and loss account followed by the balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, right, we have to even mention on the assets side, what is the cash in hand? Definitely we'll get to know with the help of the cash column of the cash book. And we should also mention the bank balance. So bank balance means what? The cash at the bank. So whenever you have to mention the actual balance which is available at the bank, which may not be possible with the help of your 3-column cash book, okay, for which you have to prepare a reconciliation statement, and with the help of which you will get to know what is your exact balance at the bank, and the same thing can be mentioned in the balance sheet. Because whenever you are preparing a balance sheet, it should be, it has to show the true and the fair picture of your financial position. So you cannot show the balance what is given as per your 3-column, because that does not sometimes match with the actual balance at the bank. So for this reason, we need to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. So now what is the meaning of it? It is a statement prepared as on a particular date. Now because I said as on a particular date, because the balance sheet is also to be prepared as on a particular date, that is as on 31st, or I mean of March, or 31st of December, that is according to the year which we are following, right? So in a similar way, the BRS is also always to be prepared, okay? Practically to speak, it will be always to be prepared at the end of the year, so that we can find out the actual bank balance which can be disclosed in the balance sheet. Is it clear with this, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's move
Yes.
to let us know again what is a cash book, because already we have done so many problems based upon 1-column, 2-column, as well as 3-column. Because here the importance of the cash book, okay, because the cash book plays a major role while preparing a bank reconciliation statement. Now let us have a quick recap of what exactly means a cash book over here, right? So a book which records all the transactions relating to cash receipts and the payments in detail is called a cash book. So therefore, as you all know that there are different types of the cash book, which is to be called as simple, or 1-column, or double, or 2-column, triple, or 3-column, or there is also a cash book which is in the name of petty cash book, which takes care of all the petty expenses, right? Now coming to the passbook here. Now what exactly means a passbook? Now, as I told you yesterday, like I was just discussing with you all by giving you, a rough picture about how the passbook, records the transactions. But this is actually the format of the passbook, right? So now first let us know what exactly means a passbook. A book which is maintained by the bank, because the passbook is not to be maintained by us, because when you are having an account with the banker is going to keep a record of all your bank transactions, which will be recorded on a book separately to be called as a passbook, right? So a book which is maintained by the bank to keep the record of all the bank transactions of the customer is to be called as a passbook. And the format of the passbook here, now you can see different columns over here. The first one is the date column, and the second one here is the check number, because usually what happens whenever you are issuing a check or whenever you are receiving a check, definitely the check will have a number, right? So that number will be recorded over here, whether it could be a deposit or whether it could be a withdrawal. Then under the particulars, okay, whether it is going to be paid or whether it is going to be received, like whether it is going to be withdrawn or whether it is going to be deposited, will be recorded under the particulars column. Then followed by, as you all know now very well, I hope that you must have understood what exactly means by the deposits over here. So deposits means it's a receipt, right? That means you are depositing the money in your account. So that is the reason to the banker it is to be called as a deposit, and as you withdraw the money from your account, it is to be called as a withdrawal, right? So deposits means the other way to be called as receipts. Withdrawals means again on the other side it is to be called as a payment. So from the deposits and withdrawals, when you balance it, okay, you will have a balance. So that balance can be either a debit balance or the credit balance. So as I already told you that the passbook usually carries a credit balance in case if you are going to have a balance at the bank. That means it is a credit balance if it is going to be favorable, and if it is unfavorable, that is overdraft, then it carries a debit balance. So accordingly, the amount followed by in the brackets, it will be mentioned as debit or a credit, then followed by the initials of the banker. Right, there is a clerk over there. So this is a format of the passbook, and this is usually being prepared in the vertical format but not in a horizontal. Horizontal in the sense where you are going to have a left side and the right side, like a ledger, but here this is to be prepared in a vertical format. Is it clear with this, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now let us move further with finding out the reasons for the differences in the cash book as well as with the passbook, right? So here is the first one. So now there are many reasons. As I said, okay, when you look into the bank balance as per your cash book, okay, I'm talking about again, I'm repeating again, okay, bank balance as per your cash book does not match with the bank balance as per the passbook, because there will be so many reasons for which there could be a difference in the balances of both the books. So here are some of the differences. So let us understand one after the other. Okay. So the first one here is going to be checks issued but not presented for payment. Okay. So now whenever we issue the check, usually what happens, try to follow the pointer here. Okay. Whenever we issue the check, what happens in the cash book, we write it onto the payments side. Okay. So in the cash book, you are supposed to mention it onto the payments. So what will happen to your balance in the cash book? Yeah, switch off the mic. Unnecessarily don't unmute yourself. Somebody's mic is on, children, please. Yeah, thank you. Now, whenever a check is being issued, on which side of the cash book do we record?
Credit side.
Credit side.
Credit
Payment.
side. So it will be recorded onto
Credit
the
side.
payments side. Now,
Credit
as you have
side.
already understood, like what happens in case if you are recording or if you're showing something onto, definitely the balance in the cash book decreases, right? So the balance in the cash book decreases, but here what we're talking about, checks issued but not yet presented for the payment. So whenever you are issuing a check to your creditors, right? So when the checks are being issued to the creditors, the creditor has to go to the bank and withdraw the money from your account. So in the meanwhile, what happens now, for example, today I have issued a check. Okay, today I have issued a check to Sohan, for example. Okay, now tomorrow is going to be Sunday, and usually the banks are working only for 5 days in a week. So today also the banks are closed. So what is going to happen, when I have issued a check, immediately I will record that particular transaction in the cash book onto the payment side, because of which the balance in the cash book decreases. But now Sohan is going to present this check only on Monday in the bank. So therefore what happens, within these 2 days gap, that is Saturday followed by Sunday, okay, there is a difference in the balances of both the books. That means one book is showing more and the other book is showing less. Did you understand the concept?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
No.
No?
Ma'am, explain once more.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
I will come back from this presentation mode. Okay, yeah. Now, for example, here, let us take the balance. Hope it allows me to do because put it onto the countdown. Okay, some 1 lakh of rupees is the amount. So I have issued a check to Sohan. So what I'm doing here, I'm writing it as by Sohan, right? So think that I have issued a check to Sohan some 20,000 rupees. Now what is happening to my balance here?
Balance is decreasing.
Reducing.
Yeah, the balance is decreasing. Now, as I said, Saturday and Sunday are holidays to the bank. Right? So therefore, Sohan is going to present the check in the bank only on Monday. Are you all getting it? Only on Monday. So therefore, what happens? The entry has been already made in the cash book, but there is no entry for the same in the passbook. Okay. So therefore, what is happening? According to the cash book, the balance is 80,000 because 1 lakh minus 20 is 80,000. But whereas, as per the passbook, the balance is still 1 lakh. So one book is less, the other book is more.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you all
Yes,
follow
ma'am.
now?
Understood. Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it followed by everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Others?
Ma'am.
Others?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the rest of the students?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So can I proceed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the reason here is what? Reason, right? So the reason here is checks issued but not yet presented for payment. So you should understand that whenever you are preparing a reconciliation statement and whenever you are going through the given transactions, okay, you have to think, okay, before doing, like what are the transactions which will be recorded first in the cash book and what are the transactions which will be recorded first in the passbook. Okay, so first in the cash book and first in the passbook. Now when it comes to checks issued but not yet presented for payment, when you are issuing a check, definitely you write first in the cash book, then only the check will be sent to the bank for the payment. Okay, so therefore the cash book decreases and the passbook remains the same, that is increases. Okay, is it fine, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now
Yes,
I'm going
ma'am.
to the next reasons. Okay, that is the second transaction here. That is one second. Right. So the next one over here is checks received. Okay, checks received and deposited the same in checks received and deposited the same in bank. Now what happens whenever you receive the checks? On which side of the cash book do you write?
Debit side.
Debit
Debit
side.
side.
So we write it onto the debit side. So what will be the effect in the cash book if you're writing it onto the debit side?
It increases the balance.
It
It
increases the
increases
balance.
the balance. Very good. One second. So let me put it here. So let us take, for example, we have received a check from to Sahil. The amount of the check which is being received over here is some 50,000. Okay. So
50,000.
therefore, what is going to happen now? The balance in the cash book is what? Increased. The balance in the
Increase.
cash book is increased. And even though you have deposited, now please bear in mind that, okay, whenever you receive a check, immediately we write it in the bank column of the cash book. So when you are writing the same in the bank column of the cash book, okay, automatically your balance in the cash book increases. And the same thing, okay, when it is being deposited in the bank usually takes at least 3 working days, okay, for the clearance of the check. Now again, today is Saturday, Sunday, followed by Monday, maybe later on Tuesday, the bank may be able to collect the money, okay, towards the Sahil's check. So therefore, within the meanwhile or in the meantime, what is going to happen? The cash book is more, that is the cash book is showing 1,50,000, whereas in the passbook, that is in the bank, you still have only 1 lakh rupees. That means cash book is increased and the passbook is decreased. Did you all follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What about boys? Boys, I'm talking about the boys now. What about the boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first what we have done, we have discussed about checks issued. So you should understand that whenever checks are being issued and if you have a balance in your bank account, okay, the balance usually decreases. So whenever the checks are being issued, first we make an entry in the cash book, and because of which the cash book will be less. And as it is already mentioned that it is not yet presented, okay, in the bank for the payment, so the passbook will be more. And when it comes to checks received, okay, we immediately deposit the checks in the bank, but usually it takes some time for the banker to collect the money on behalf of the checks. So in the meanwhile, what happens? Your cash book will be more and your passbook will be less. So this more and less, if you are able to understand, then it will be easy for you to, okay, prepare or write down the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, now I'm going with the next transaction, that is direct collection on behalf of customers. That means here the bank is collecting on our behalf. It's called as direct collections on behalf of customers. Now for example, again the balance at the bank here is some 1 lakh of rupees. Okay. Now here the bank is receiving, like yesterday I was telling you all, a customer directly deposited in the bank. Okay, so if the customer is going to deposit directly in the bank, on the deposit side, now for example, let us take Nikhil is our customer and he has deposited some 10,000 in the bank. So when he has deposited some 10,000 in the bank, what happens to the balance in the passbook? The balance in the passbook is increased. But whereas as we are not aware of, that means as a customer, okay, as a businessman, we are not aware of this particular direct deposit into the bank, okay. So that is the reason we did not make any entry still in the cash book. So because of which, what is going to happen? The passbook balance is showing more and the cash book balance will be less. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, coming to the next one. What is the next one here? Direct payments by the bank under standing instructions from the customer. So here again, I'm going to take the balance as, okay, by balance, brought down. The balance at the bank over here is going to be some 1 lakh of rupees. Now standing instructions. So usually what happens nowadays, now that has really become a practice for all the households as such. Okay, not only for the business, even the individuals, like non-businessman is also making the use of the bank account, because whenever any utility bills have to be paid, like your electricity bill or telephone bill or your water, whenever they have to be paid, you don't have to go personally to the respective offices to make the payment. You can directly attach your bank account, and as and when the bill arises, okay, the bill is being generated in your name, your bank is going to make a payment on your behalf. Okay, so that is how you have instructed your bank to make the payment. So similarly, some of the examples for this, standing instructions, okay, is like, payment towards the life insurance premium, okay, or, payment of your, electricity bill charges, or, payment of your telephone bill charges. Okay, so what happens whenever such payments are being made by the banker, the first record will be made only in the passbook. So when the entry is to be made in the passbook, it will be shown on to the withdrawal side, like, to life insurance premium, or it can be to, some telephone bill, so if you're showing some, payments or withdrawals, right, withdrawal side, definitely the balance in the passbook, decreases. Now, as we are still not aware of, that means as we are still not aware of such payments made by the banker, because unless and until you, get to know the statement from the bank, you will never be able to, realize that, already these payments have been made by the banker. For which reason, what happens, we have not yet made any, entries of these transactions in the cash book. So because of which the passbook balances, decreases, and the cash book balances always increases. Is it clear?
Ma'am, cash book balance increases, ma'am.
Increases, yeah, because we have not yet shown the payments, right? We have
Okay,
not
ma'am.
shown any payments, because here
Okay.
is a balance. Here is a balance. Two balance brought down. We have again 1 lakh. I'm just going with the same amount so that it is easy for you all to understand. Okay. Now here already they have shown some life insurance premium and, telephone bill. Now let us take the premium is some 50,000 rupees per annum, and the telephone bill is some, 2,000. So 52,000 already got reduced from the passbook, but whereas we have not yet shown these payments, right? So what is going to happen, in the passbook we have a balance of 48,000, whereas in the cash book we still have a balance of 1 lakh. So your cash book is more, passbook is less. So you should understand that for any direct payments made by the bank, the first made in the passbook, because of which passbook decreases. So as I always, been telling you all, first you should understand where the entry has been recorded, whether the entry is being recorded first in the cash book or in the passbook. So I mean, like how you have learned the journal entries, in the similar way try to learn even the PRS. So maybe there are 2 or 3 questions which you are supposed to put for yourself. So first record, okay, first record has been made in which book, or on a or even much before that, first you should know whether it is a favorable balance or, unfavorable balance. So once you decide about that, then you have to know whether the record is being made in the cash book or in the passbook. Then you have to know whether the balance has been increased or decreased. But anyway, that I will come back later when we are doing the problems practically. Okay, so if you are okay with this particular transaction or reason, then I will move to the next one. Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Yes or no?
No, ma'am. It's clear.
No, ma'am.
Very good. Good. Next, coming to the bank charges. Now, first tell me, where do we record the bank charges first, or where the bank charges will be recorded first?
In the credit side of
In
cash
cash,
book.
Credit side of the cash book.
in cash book, it is
Same.
recorded in credit side.
In the debit
Cash,
side of the
it
cash
will be
book.
recorded in the, see, so many doubts for yourself, right? So I just asked you all one question, where do we record the bank charges? Okay, who will get to know about the bank charges first?
Bank.
Bank.
Bank. So
Bank.
bank maintains which book?
Passbook.
So
Passbook.
where first the bank charges will be recorded?
Passbook.
In the
Passbook.
passbook.
Same.
In the passbook. So before doing the BRS, you have learned how to prepare the 3-column cash book. And according to the 3-column cash book, you have already come across these bank charges and, the life insurance premium. So you all must be under the impression that first it will be recorded in the cash book. No, no way at all. Okay. The bank charges will be always to be debited. Okay. Always to be debited in the passbook, because the bank will know
Passbook.
how much is the charges to be charged to the customer, and accordingly it will try to, debit the passbook. So when any debit is being given in the passbook, what happens to the balance? Now let us take for example 100 rupees the bank is charging towards the bank charges. So what happens to to this balance here? What happens to
Total
the balance?
reduces.
From 1 lakh, 100 rupees has
The
been
balance
withdrawn.
reduces.
The balance is decreased, and
Reduce.
this transaction is not yet recorded here in the cash book. So therefore what happens? The cash book will be more and the passbook will be less.
Less.
Okay, now coming finally, the interest allowed by the bank. Now usually what we are trying to do, whenever you are maintaining a current account with the bank, okay, you need to keep some, balance at the bank, because every customer needs to maintain the minimum cash balance at the bank, and whenever you are maintaining such a balance, right, the bank usually gives interest periodically. Okay, the bank usually pays the interest periodically, so therefore it is to be called as interest allowed by the bank. That means the bank is giving us the interest. So whenever the bank is giving us the interest, okay, that will be deposited directly in your account. So therefore if the bank is paying you some interest on the above 1 lakh as some 2000 rupees, what happens to your balance here? What happens to the balance here?
Decreases. The
Increase.
balance
Decrease.
decreases.
It increases,
Decrease.
ma'am.
Yes. So now you should understand that the interest allowed by the bank will be first recorded in the passbook, and when it is being first recorded in the passbook balance increases, and as the customer is not aware of this interest charges, right, or the interest allowed by the bank, the cash book will be showing still less. So the passbook is more and the cash book is less. Is it okay?
Ma'am, can you explain once again this one?
Yeah. See what I said, interest allowed by the bank. Now, for example, think that you have 1 lakh rupees in your bank account. Okay. 1 lakh rupees in your bank account, and the bank is paying you interest at the rate of some 2% on this balance. So 2% of, this 1 lakh will be how much? 2000 rupees. Okay, so now when the bank is paying this interest, definitely that amount gets deposited in your account. Okay, so when it is being deposited in your account, it will be shown onto the credit side of the passbook. So already 1 lakh is there, plus adding this 2000, your balance has gone up to 1 lakh 2000 rupees. Now, whereas we are not aware of, that means the customer is still not aware of this credit given in the passbook. So still in his cash book, the balance is been showing as only 1 lakh. So
1
whenever
lakh.
the bank, yeah, so whenever the bank has, credited your account with the interest charges, okay, passbook increases and the cash book decreases, because all this what you're going to learn under the BRS is increase or decrease. That's it. Whether what book is, I mean, which book is increasing and which book is decreasing. If you are able to identify, okay, 75, I can say 90% of your problem is being solved. Okay. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
clear to
Yes.
everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what I will do
Ma'am,
is not go with the remaining two more transactions which we have. One is the checks dishonored, the other one is the errors. Okay, because initially we have the problems based upon the normal transactions which I have discussed so far. So when we are doing the problems based upon the errors as well as the checks dishonored, that time I will try to explain the dishonoring of the check and followed by the errors, okay, which has been either made in the cash book or either made in the passbook. So let us quickly come to a recap of what has been learned today. So first followed by the BRS. So it is a statement which is to be prepared, okay, at I mean as on a particular date to find out the exact bank balance, right? So as you know, the different types of the cash book what we have, followed by the format of the passbook, which is always to be prepared by the bank, okay, not by us, but it is being prepared by the bank. So please try to assume that whenever they say banker means we are talking about the bank, their customer means they are talking about us, because whenever you are doing any problem, assume that you are the businessman, that is you are the customer to the banker, then it will become very easy for you all to analyze the given transactions, right? So coming to the
Okay,
first
ma'am.
transaction here, the first one is checks have been issued but not yet presented for the payment. So whenever the checks have been issued here, that means the cash book balance always decreases and the passbook balance always increases. Okay, when the checks have been issued, cash book always decreases and the passbook always increases. Now coming to the next one, when the checks are being received, okay, cash book will increase and passbook will decrease. Okay, then followed by when any direct collections which the banker is making on your behalf, okay, then the passbook will show more, that is passbook will increase and cash book will decrease. Okay,
Decrease.
yeah, then followed by direct payments if any has been made by the banker as per the standing instructions, okay, from the customer. Customer means who? We, that is you all. Okay, so because of which the passbook always decreases and the cash book will always increase. Okay, then next we have the bank charges which will be debited by the banker. So bank charges debited in the passbook. Sometimes it will be given as such. So because of this debit, okay, what happens? The passbook will decrease and the cash book will increase. So you should understand, in your mind that if any debit, okay, any debit given in the cash book will increase. Any credit given in the cash book will decrease. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Any debit given in the cash book will increase. Any credit given in the cash book will decrease. Now here the
Decrease.
debit will be always towards checks received and deposited. Okay, the cash book increases and the credit will be always towards checks issued. Okay, for which the cash book will be decreased. Okay, now coming to the passbook here, any credit given in the passbook, okay, the balance in the passbook will increase,
Increase.
which usually arises towards any direct, okay, payments, okay, made into the bank. Okay, and that means any direct collections made by the bank and followed by any interest, okay, which is being credited by the banker. Right, now if there is any debit given in the passbook, any debit in the passbook will decreases the balance in the passbook and this will arise towards the direct payments made by the banker and also towards the bank charges which has been debited by the banker. Is it clear up to this, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any further doubts now?
No, ma'am.
So you have to now, be thorough with these kind of terminologies, because yesterday I was discussing about only the terminologies like checks received, deposited, checks issued and presented. So please do not get confused with these kind of terms which will be oftenly used, okay, while preparing the bank reconciliation statement. Sometimes instead of checks deposited, they may also call it as checks paid into bank. So most of the students will be having always a confusion that paid means it is a payment. They think checks paid means it's a payment. Okay, checks paid means it's not a payment. Checks paid means it is deposited into the bank. Usually we use the term paid for the payments, like paid rent, paid salaries, or paid for the advertisements. But when they say about checks paid, okay, checks paid means it is being paid into the bank. That means whatever the checks which have been received by us will be deposited into the bank, for which it will be written as checks paid into the bank or checks deposited into the bank. And whenever the checks are being issued, okay, the other term which will be used for the issued over here is checks drawn. Checks drawn, that means the customer is drawing a check on or, in the name of its creditors, so therefore it will be called as checks drawn. So drawn is nothing but it's standing towards withdrawal of money from your account. So instead of saying it as checks issued, sometimes it may be given as checks drawn. So please do not get confused. Both means the same. So checks received and deposited or checks paid into the bank is the same, and checks issued, okay, or checks drawn means the same. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I do not know really how many of you are making a note of all these terms in your notebook. If you just listen, you'll definitely forget. So if it is okay with you all,
Ma'am,
yeah,
this PPT, ma'am.
yes,
You will
Ma'am,
share this
once can you describe that?
classroom.
I'm unable to understand what is that you are trying to say.
They're
This
saying to send.
PPT, share the PPT.
Yeah, I will share the PPT. I will definitely share the PPT. And I have also recorded the class, so if possible, I will try to share the recording link also. So you can just listen, once again to the class and try to be ready for Monday. And Monday, if possible, I would like to conduct a small quiz on the first, in the first unit. Okay, we have done the first unit, right? That is introduction. So I will be conducting a quiz, okay, on Monday, because on Monday we have the class in the 5th hour. So before I start the class and before I start doing the problems on bank reconciliation statement, we are going to have a small quiz. Okay, children?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So try to,
Ma'am, today you will post it on Google Classroom, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
I will share it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So I'm just ending the recording here.